American entrepreneur and former Walmart Vice Chairman Drayton McLean says, "Leadership is a timeless river, flowing endlessly toward the great vast tomorrow." Since 1966, Leadership Management Incorporated has become the world's innovative leader in organizational strategic development. David Bird is president of LMI.
When I describe LMI, one of the first things I think about is our uniqueness. And we are a very unique organization. We have operations in 60 countries. We translate materials into 23 different languages. And we've been working with clients for over 35 years. Actually, the organizational development process that we use today comes from that wealth of background and experience. We call it the LMI Strategic Development process.
And the most interesting thing about this process is there are no silver bullets. You know, many times people come to us and they're looking for some quick and easy way to get to the next level, and there is no such thing.
One of the things that the LMI process does is it gets people talking. And that's an important part of our culture. When we do our strategic plan, we involve 60-some people. And I need them to participate actively in the process. And they need to know that it's okay to participate and contribute. And one of the things that LMI does is it gets the participants talking about their jobs and their concerns and their fears.
We all could speak the same language and understand that in order to move ourselves personally forward and as an organization, we had to really concentrate on what really mattered.
The most important thing about LMI is our organization's overall commitment to our purpose. And our purpose is improving results in organizations, but more importantly, we want to enhance the lives of the people who lead them.
And so we take coworkers that have a tremendous amount of potential and have the desire to grow and become managers, but don't have the skills, and put them through the LMI process. And it's rigorous.
Once you do that, you truly become interdependent, and you create a shared success, a public victory that a lot of people can enjoy, and it's like being part of that favorite team that you participated in either in high school or college.
Another unique aspect of LMI is the value the LMI process brings to our clients. We never attempt to change an organization. Actually, organizations transform themselves by using more of their untapped potential.
I'm convinced that the managers that went through the LMI process have tools that they can utilize to help their division contribute to the stretch goals that we set.
And no obstacle could get in my way. There was always a solution to that obstacle. And when I identified that through the goal planning process, I realized that every goal can be achieved. And most importantly, if you meet your goal, the rewards come in bunches.
I think the greatest challenge for business leaders over the next decade will be the creation of sustainable revenue growth over the long term. Now, the LMI process takes the theory of how to do that and turns it into a very practical, common sense, results-based application that will work in any size organization.
After the client did business with us, I called the referring president and asked him, what did you tell him? What was it that you said to him that caused him to make a decision as quickly as he did? Because the greatest gift that you can give us as a partner is a referral, your endorsement of the work that we do. He said, well, I didn't really tell him that much. I guess I told him when we started working with you 3 years ago, we had a 32% market share. We now have a 41.25% market share. Our next nearest competitor is 12%. And last year, we've added $9.25 million to the bottom line. I've received a personal, very substantial six-figure bonus. I'm now chairman of one of the major initiatives in our organization. Morale in our company has never been higher. And we've taken this process, which you said was for senior management, and pushed it all the way down to the stockroom clerk. We've been able to realize that growth that I just talked about by increasing our people only 5%. That's about all I told him.
Through the LMI process, I have seen some of my coworkers really blossom. And to me, there's no better example of the results that can be achieved than to watch someone grow and really embrace being a manager.
Most likely, you're doing a lot of the right behaviors right now. You wouldn't be in the position you are unless you have. But the fact of the matter is, the biggest chore that you have is getting other people in this organization to duplicate those behaviors. That's the real trick. So providing them with a system that allows people to establish a common language and a process for consistently setting and achieving goals is really the secret to unusual success.
Over the years, I've had clients tell me how significant it is for them to have specific tools that help them bridge the gap from the theory of how to do something to the practical implementation of getting things done.
Most organizations believe in it. They talk about continuous improvement, but they don't have the systems in place, communication systems as well as process, to be able to maintain a continuous improvement dynamic.
Knowledge is unrelated to improvement until someone acts on that knowledge. In other words, theory is easy to talk about in books and seminars, but practical application that works, I think that's what matters most to business leaders today.
For over 35 years, thousands of clients around the world have experienced the unique LMI process. LMI founder Paul J. Myers says, effective leadership is the foundation for every successful organization. The transforming results of the LMI process may be what matters most to your future and to the success of your organization.